Jeff, I'm getting my list together for what to bring home to Ireland. And do you know what's not on the list?
What's not on the list?
Winter shorts.
What are you doing? You need your winter shorts.
It's Ireland. I'm not going to bring my winter shorts home, but what we are doing here is we are bringing winter shorts directly to you. But what is a winter short? Here at So Much Crime, So Little Time, we know you're busy. It's a crazy time of year. We know you probably don't have a lot of time to spend listening to a whole series of podcasts between our two episodes, our preview and our recap. So instead of dealing with a big, long series, we are, just like the days are shortening, we are shortening our ask. We are going to start out with a time machine episode, get you in the place for a crime, and then we are going to cover a true crime podcast that is a single episode long. We're going to recap that back in the next episode. Simples.
Sounds great. Let's do it.
Welcome to So Much Crime, So Little Time Winter Shorts. I'm Dee.
And I'm Jeff. And in this episode, we're going to jump in the time machine to set the scene for a short true crime story.
After we get ourselves stuck in that year and place, we'll come back next time to discuss the crime. You can find a link to the show we'll be discussing in our show notes.
But for right now, if you're finishing up that hot cocoa, finishing up packing your bags for your trip to Ireland, let's put on that hat, those mittens, those cut-off long johns, and head out in the snow. All
right, Jeff, to fully prepare for our story, let's get a little peek into the time and place we'll be discussing, and the kind of concept that is really at the focal point of this episode, by hopping in the time and topic machine. Rolls right off the tongue. Okay. This crime began, or at least the telling of the story begins in 2019. December 2019. I think it was New Year's Eve, actually, in New York. We will discuss the place later. What's at the heart of this story? I'm going to try and get you to guess, okay? And I'm going to get you to try and guess what's at the heart of the story by talking to you about Tom Cruise.
Sure, as one does.
Okay. In 2020, a TikTok account run by a visual effects artist named Chris Ume started posting videos of Tom Cruise. Do you remember this?
This rings a bell. Yeah,
okay.
This does ring a bell.
Do you remember what these videos were showing Tom Cruise doing?
Oh my gosh, I feel like I do. I feel like I'm aware of this. 2020?
Mm-hmm.
Tom Cruise. What was he doing in 2020? He might have been eating popcorn. He might have been hanging off of a building. Can you give me a clue?
Yeah, you're way off. Okay. The videos were him doing like random kind of silly things like golfing, tripping, or maybe like doing a weird monologue.
Huh. Maybe I don't know this.
These videos went viral. Like we're peak COVID times here. So lots of people, millions of people around the world are like, what is Tom Cruise doing? He's gone mad like the rest of us. Like he can't cope with COVID lockdown in the winter.
Sure.
But it turns out that this guy, Chris Ume, was actually used a body double and mapped Tom Cruise's face over him in what he called a harmless demonstration of deep fake technology.
Wow. Okay.
The funny part was watching the internet kind of collectively lose their minds trying to figure out if Tom Cruise was trying to become a viral TikToker or if like they were missing a beat on something. So like that was the whole thing that happened around then.
Amazing. Okay.
Amazing indeed. Okay. So a big focus of our time and topic machine is actually deep fakes.
Okay.
But this time machine is going to talk to you about funny deep fakes. Okay. So we're going to go from like those kind of deep fakes back to like pre-digital time.
Like CDs.
Like 1917 is our first one.
1917.
Yes.
Okay, like World War One.
Yes. What I am going to tell you about, I want you to listen. I have 2 stories of pre-digital absurdities, which are like the original deep fakes.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Apparently, this first story is the most famous pre-digital hoax, showing how a low-tech fake could fool cultural icons. So the setting, it's 1917. We're in England. Okay.
I'm trying to think of who a cultural icon in 1917 England would be.
Hold, please. We've
Okay.
2 young girls, they're cousins, Elsie Wright and Frances Griffith. Elsie
Sure.
is 16. Frances is 9. They produce 5 incredible pictures showing something, which sparks this entire hoax. Guess it. Go on. What are you going to say?
Is it fairies?
It is fairies. Do you know this story?
I know this story. Why do I know this story?
The Cottingley Fairies of 1917. The photographs themselves were made by simply cutting out illustrations of fairies from a popular children's book. Do you know what book it is?
No, but I know this story.
How do you know it? Do you know how you know it?
I can't remember, but sometime fairly recently, I either read about it or listened to a podcast on it. I think I read about it
Amazing.
somewhere.
Okay. Well, the book was Princess Mary's gift book. They pinned them to trees and bushes with hairpins and took
Yeah.
the photos.
Yeah. It's like low tech, but it fooled everybody.
They were so convincing to a public fascinated by fairies that they were championed by none other than Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, the creator of Sherlock Holmes, who wrote a book passionately defending their authenticity.
Yeah. It's a wild story.
For decades, the girls maintained the hoax, but they finally confessed. Do you know when they confessed?
No.
1980s, admitting they were simple cardboard cutouts.
It's a long time to hold that.
I know. Can you imagine the inside joke? Like the sniggering and the look. Frances maintained until her death that the last picture, which was less clear, was of a real fairy. I think the most bizarre part here is, Sherlock Holmes' creator is one that got wrapped up in it. Isn't that
That's
so
amazing.
cool? What an amazing story.
Yeah. Have you seen the pictures?
No.
Yeah. Go look at the pictures. I think I read this in a book, but I looked up the pictures because I remember looking up the pictures, and they are, I mean, they're fakes, but if you didn't, they'd be.
Oh my God.
What do you think?
I mean, I think it's easy to say it when you know it, you know?
Sure. Yeah.
But back then, what you saw is what you believed, I suppose. Okay.
1917. Yeah.
Last one, and then I have one review, and then I'm done. This is the tall tale postcards. Have you heard this story?
I don't think so.
Okay, this genre of manipulation was mass produced for just pure funny propaganda. So in early 20th century, especially in the US Midwest, local photographers would create and sell tall tale postcards. These weren't subtle fakes, they were exaggerated comical images meant to promote their town's supposed abundance. But basically what they did is they produced people, like photos of people doing impossible things, like standing next to enormous grasshoppers, hanging on for dear life while a giant trout dragged their boat down. Do you know these?
No, but I love this idea. This is amazing.
Driving wagons laden with enormous man-sized vegetables like cabbages or pumpkins.
I want to see some of these. Oh, yeah. These are fantastic. I love these. This is amazing.
Yeah. So it's kind of
What a
like the
great
start
idea.
of the deep fakes.
This makes like my heart sing. Like this is the kind of like joke that I just love.
Yeah.
When you said deep fakes, I was like, oh, that brings some dread to my soul. But this is
The
hilarious.
dread can be held until next time.
Okay, great. Something to look forward to.
Yeah, indeed. All right. Now, the place where this story starts off is, as I said, it's in New York. It's in a suburb called Levittown. Have you heard of Levittown before?
Yeah.
Okay, what do you know about it?
Levittown. It's famous from the it's where they built all the cheap housing.
Mm-hmm.
Levittowns became like a synonym for cheap track houses.
Indeed, yeah. It was like mass-produced houses. They wanted to construct homes quickly and affordably.
Yeah, Levittowns.
It's like, yeah, a planned...
Yes, planned community.
Yes. Okay, so I went on to Levittown. I was reading up about that. I was going to tell you about it, but sure, you know that already, so I don't need to. What I do have is I have a review for you of a very highly rated restaurant called Spice Village, an Indian restaurant. It's got 1,000 reviews on Google reviews, and it's got a rating of 4.9.
Okay, that's pretty good.
It's 1,034. Yeah, it's really great. There's only 1-star review, 0 2-star reviews.
Wow. Okay.
The review was left 5 months ago. The leaver of the review's name is S. That's all it is, S.
Like the letter S?
Mm-hmm.
Or
They've
like
left...
several S's to be like S?
No, just S.
Okay.
Just S.
Okay.
78 reviews have been left with 77 photos, which is important. What's interesting to me about this review, okay, it's a 1-star review. And at the end, they give out of 5 the food, the service, and the atmosphere. Which of those things do you think got a 1 out of 5?
Just one of them got a 1 out of 5?
Which of those things? It could be
food,
multiple
service, or atmosphere?
Yeah.
I mean, food, I feel like, is the most important.
You would think that. This actually review gave the food 4 out of 5.
And the overall review was a 1-star?
Yeah. The service was 1 out of 5 and the atmosphere was 1 out of 5. Fascinating.
That is fascinating.
Are you ready to go on a journey with me? The food is honestly pretty good, but I'll never eat inside ever again. There were no customers except for me and my friend at night on a weekday. You would think that the server would be more attentive, but she sat on the couch and couldn't care less until she was called over. But the worst part was the men in the picture. There's a picture. Acting as if this restaurant was their own living room. Maybe it was.
Wait, there was a couch?
Yeah. Drinking, screaming, loudly watching music videos and yelling and leering at me and my friend. One of them took the liberty of turning on a music video from their culture. Let's pause at that. From their culture, with a woman dancing and proceeds to throw $1 bills at the screen. Sorry.
Okay. That is both annoying, sexist, and kind of funny.
I know, but it's their culture that I'm like, what does that mean?
Nothing good. Nothing good.
Nothing good. But like, how can you like looking at someone and being like, oh, that's their culture? Like, I'm sure.
Sorry. I know you're focused on the racist part, but I want to focus on the throwing dollar bills at the screen part because I've never seen that
until I got there.
It never even occurred to me to do that, but I kind of think it's amazing.
I don't know how to respond to you saying that. Distasteful, loud, obnoxious, and inconsiderate. None of their worker stopped them either. I think it means none of the workers stopped them either, but there's only one worker. But anyway, there are plenty of Indian restaurants around for us to pick from. Food can be good, but etiquette and service isn't good enough for us to come back. And I have photos. They responded. How did I not see that yet? I have photos of the men.
Okay, I will say, yep, those are men. I will say, I actually was recently in kind of a hole-in-the-wall little restaurant with a mutual friend of ours. And so we've gone there twice in the last few weeks to have lunch. And both times there's been a man by himself waiting for his takeout order, playing videos, like scrolling through what sounds like TikTok, speakers up on the phone. At literally the booth behind us. What's happening to us as a world, as a society?
People are arseholes. Just buy a pair of headphones. They're cheap. Like, they're not expensive. Nobody
They're
wants to
not.
hear. It's like when people have conversations on loudspeaker.
I feel like I've read about more people who just start joining in the conversation when it's a
Yeah.
conversation. What I did with the last guy was kept, because he was behind me. We were like back to back, and I just kept turning around. I was about to go sit in the booth with him and just like look over his shoulder to see what he was watching. I'm like, I guess we're watching this together. We're listening to it together. So why don't we watch it together?
Okay, I have a question for you in this. Why wouldn't you just say, hey, sorry to interrupt. The video's actually really loud and we're just trying to have a conversation. Do you mind turning it down? Like, do you not think that like he's going to turn it down?
So I was about to do that, and I was stopped by our friend who was basically like, he's just waiting for takeout. He'll be gone in a minute. And I think he was trying to avoid conflict. And I was there for the
I
conflict.
find it really hard to imagine if you go in without an attitude. Like if you sit in his booth and you're like, I suppose I'm watching it with you. Like, of course there's going to be conflict. But if you were just like, oh, hey, I'm a bit hard of hearing, at my age. Like, would you mind turning it down?
I'm all about the blunt confrontation, but I was
No,
also...
not blunt. Like, do it with a smile on your face. Pretend you're from the Republic of Ireland. It'll help. All right, come here. The Spice Village owner responded with the most generic response ever. Thank you for taking the time to share your experience. We're truly sorry to hear that your visit did not meet expectations, especially regarding the atmosphere and attentiveness you received. We take feedback like this seriously and will be addressing the concerns with our team to ensure a more welcoming and respectful environment for all our guests. We're glad you enjoyed the food and sincerely hope you'll consider giving us another chance to provide the experience you truly deserve.
Wow. That's generic,
Honestly,
but yeah.
I'd go there.
I mean, if the food is great, like, get takeout.
And sure, Jeff, you'd be able to get up and start throwing $1 bills at the screen with the lads.
I kind of want to do that now.
That says so much more about you than the guy playing music loudly. Anyway, that is it. That is our time machine for today, setting us up for next week's episode.
All right, Dee, before we talk about next week's episode, I just want to share something a little bit personal. So I went to get my mail today, and I had some cards from some family members and some friends. And it just, it just meant so much to me to get these handwritten cards and during the holidays from these folks that maybe some folks that I don't see a lot or don't get to talk to a lot, but they took the time to write these cards to me. And I thought, this means so much to me, but it would mean so much more to come from someone who's not a friend or a family member, but my favorite podcast host. Like, that would really just like be so much more impactful. And I would literally I would take all the cards from my friends and family that I like to display around the house, and I would throw them in the trash and just prominently display the one from my favorite podcast host.
Fire. Like if you're gonna do
throw them
it.
in the fireplace. Throw them in the fireplace.
Mm-hmm.
Like a ceremonial burning of the cards. Anyway, what I'm trying to get to is if you go to patreon.com/somuchcrime during the month of December and either sign up for a new Patreon membership for our show or upgrade your existing one for all of our folks who already have one, aside from all the fantastic benefits you're going to get, like extra clips from our time machine, bonus content, early release episodes, and if you sign up for our highest tier, which is only, less than $10 a month? Literally singles, ones of dollars per month. You get access to swag. We have t-shirts, we have hats. You can see those pictures. We just we posted them back in October on Instagram. They're amazing. People love them. But in addition to that, if you do it this month, do it right now, you will get a handwritten holiday card from me and Dee. Not just me, which is, that's enough. But Dee will sign her name too. Yeah. So again, before the month is up, and why not just do it right now? Go to patreon.com/somuchcrime, so little time. Either sign up for a new membership or upgrade your existing membership, and you'll get that card in the mail. And you can take all those other cards that you got from all those people that are like, your family members, and just throw those in the fireplace because you'll have ours. Patreon.com/somuchcrime, so little time. Thank you. All right, Dee, what are we going to be listening to for next time?
Okay, Jeff. What we're going to listen to is an episode of Crime Story from the CBC.
Okay.
What Crime Story does is it dives into some form of a gripping case, and it will have like the main focus of every episode is a pretty intimate and solid interview with someone who knows the case inside out. So it could be a journalist, a documentary, or a storyteller.
Okay.
What we're going to listen to is an interview with two hosts from a podcast called Levittown. Have you heard of the podcast called Levittown?
Maybe. I mean, I don't know if I'm just conflating that I've heard of Levittown as a place and as a thing.
Alrighty. I'm going to just say the name of this episode, and it kind of gives us all we need to know about this.
Okay.
The name of this episode that came out on November 3rd of 2025 is He Posted Fake Images of Them on a Porn Site. Now these women are fighting back.
Fake images.
Mm-hmm.
That's a
Fakes.
descriptive title.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. Okay.
It felt
All right.
It felt very nowish with everything that's going on with AI, with the deepfake videos that are coming out. You know, we've seen some from that like reputable
Oh yeah.
journalists and media outlets are reposting and sharing with people. We've seen this happen. And if that's what's happening in mainstream media, what's happening elsewhere?
We live in the best of times.
Next time, we'll have listened to the episode from Crime Story by CBC. He posted fake images of them on a porn site. Now these women are fighting back.
We'll discuss the crime, the show, the title, the vibes, the whole thing.
That's on the next So Much Crime.
So Little Time.
So Much Crime, So Little Time is a production of MimeGov Media. The executive producer is Paxton Calariso. Our associate producer is Blythe Ty. Theme music was composed by Vyacheslav Starostin. If you haven't done it yet, please subscribe to this show in your podcast app. Don't forget to give us a 5-star rating and a review. Even better, tell your friends. To join the discussion, look for us on social media. Check out the show notes for all the links. Thanks for listening.
You thought our title was long.
I know, seriously.